Imagine a world where the simple hum of an engine isn't the soundtrack of your daily life. A world where technology takes a back seat and time moves at a different pace. It sounds almost impossible in today's high-speed society, right? But what if I told you that there's a group of people who have been living this way for centuries and thriving? We'll uncover the fascinating story of how the Amish, one of America's most iconic communities, travel without cars, and the powerful lessons we can learn from them. To understand how the Amish travel without cars, we first need to understand their way of life. The Amish are known for their simplicity, community values, and strict adherence to tradition. But this lifestyle isn't just about rejecting modern conveniences. It's about making intentional choices. It's about living a life that aligns with deep spiritual beliefs. And yes, that includes not using cars. It might seem like a sacrifice, but for the Amish, it's a purposeful decision, one that connects them with nature, with each other, and with their faith. But what is it that drives them to reject the conveniences that most of us can't imagine living without? Let's explore that. The Amish heritage stretches back to the 16th century, to a group of reformers who rejected what they saw as a growing attachment to worldly things. They were guided by the principle of separation from the world, a concept that didn't just apply to religion, but to lifestyle choices, including technology. But the question we're asking today is, how did this commitment to simplicity lead them to reject cars, and why haven't they budged? The answer lies in their deep belief in community, humility, and the importance of face-to-face connection. And it's here, at the crossroads of technology and tradition, that we find one of the most intriguing aspects of Amish travel. While the rest of the world zooms by in sleek, fuel-efficient vehicles, the Amish travel in horse-drawn buggies. And here's the kicker. These buggies are not just a mode of transportation. They are an extension of the Amish way of life. They symbolize a commitment to slower, more deliberate living. It's as if time itself slows down when the hooves hit the road. But the story doesn't stop there. There are practical reasons why the Amish have embraced the buggy. They don't just reject cars out of principle. They do it because their unique lifestyle demands it. The buggies are eco-friendly, cost-efficient, and they maintain the sense of community that is so central to Amish culture. Yet there's an unexpected twist. What happens when modernity knocks on their door? As much as the Amish reject most modern technology, they are not immune to its pressures. The question becomes, can they survive in a world that's constantly changing without losing what makes them, them? It's a delicate balance. In certain cases, the Amish have made careful, thoughtful decisions to embrace some technology, but only in ways that don't compromise their core values. They have electricity, but only for specific purposes, and they may use phones, but not in their homes. And yet, when it comes to travel, they've held firm. It's a story of resilience, of living out a commitment to principles even when the world urges them to do otherwise. But what would happen if the Amish did start using cars? Here's where it gets even more interesting. Even within the Amish community, there's not a one-size-fits-all approach to travel. In fact, each Amish settlement has its own set of guidelines when it comes to the use of transportation. Some communities allow the use of motorized vehicles, but only for specific tasks, like driving a tractor for farming. Others are stricter, prohibiting any form of car use. These differences raise an important question. What drives these decisions? How do the Amish balance the demands of the modern world with their desire to maintain purity and connection? The answers may surprise you. We often think of technology as progress, but the Amish see things differently. To them, modern travel, and especially cars, represent more than just a faster way to get from point A to point B. They symbolize a break in the fabric of community life. In a world where people often drive from home to work, only to sit in isolation in their cars, the Amish are questioning, does this kind of speed and autonomy actually connect us? Or does it lead to greater fragmentation and disconnection? But what happens when you take the car away? Does it actually make life better? Stick around, because what's coming next might change the way you think about modern travel forever. One of the most powerful aspects of Amish travel is the way it brings people together. Every time an Amish family heads to town, they don't just drive alone. They travel in groups, side by side, with neighbors, friends, and family. They share stories, help each other out, and reinforce the bonds that hold their tight-knit communities together. This is where the magic lies. Amish travel isn't just about getting from point A to point B. It's about connection. It's about building relationships along the way and even seeing travel as a spiritual experience, a way of honoring community and family. While we may never fully embrace the Amish way of life, there are valuable lessons here. In a world that prizes speed and individualism, the Amish offer a refreshing perspective. Maybe it's time to slow down, to spend more time with the people who matter most. Maybe we need to consider what we're sacrificing in the name of convenience and technology. After all, if the Amish can thrive without cars, maybe we can find ways to thrive without constantly rushing through life. As you reflect on the Amish way of life, remember this. The question isn't just whether they can survive without cars, it's whether we can survive in a world that's moving too fast. Can we find a balance between progress and simplicity? Can we reconnect with each other and with the world around us, as the Amish have done for centuries? Ultimately, the choice is yours. You don't have to live like the Amish to learn from them. But what would your life look like if you chose to slow down, just a little bit, and savor the journey? Thank you for taking this journey with us. If this story resonated with you, consider subscribing for more thought-provoking content like this. And share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear what you think about Amish travel and how it might change the way you think about the world.